Welcome to the Vernon Hills Update. The update offers information about a variety of village services. You'll meet a few of your neighbors and you'll find out about upcoming events. On today's show, we'll drop in at the Vernon Hills Police Department to talk about a powerful way to repurpose your old cell phone. Donate it to Cell Phones for Soldiers. Plus, we'll hear about this year's Toys for Tots collection, which wraps up on December 10th. We'll cover some important tips for keeping you and your valuables safe as you are out and about shopping in Vernon Hills. We'll touch base with Countryside Fire for some holiday safety suggestions as well as some winter break activities that kids can do to help keep the whole family safe. And we'll enjoy some of the sights and sounds of this year's Village Tree and Menorah lighting, which was held on November 24th at the Vernon Hills Golf Course. Thank you for tuning into the Vernon Hills Update.
We are at the Vernon Hills Police Station. We're with CSO Lon Pulowski. And it's always good to come over and talk to you, Lon. And when we talk to you, we're always talking to you about good stuff. Like today we're talking about the charitable aspect of the Vernon Hills Police Department, which you guys are involved in a lot. You know, Special Olympics, Shop with the Cop, Toys for Tots. We're going to talk about a couple of those today. And the one thing that you've got going right now is the Cell Phones for Soldiers, which you want us to clean out our junk drawers. So.
Yes, I do. We're looking for any donations of old cell phones, iPods, tablets, any kind of things like that. What we're looking for is we take them in, we give them to this company that's in, I believe, New York. It's a 501c3 company, so you can get a charitable donation for this. They take them. For each one that they get, they give a $5 calling card to a soldier. Each calling card is 2.5 hours of talk time, so they can call home and talk for 2.5 hours.
Well, and this company, we've talked about this before, Lon. It was started by a couple kids who couldn't believe how, especially when troops are stationed out of the country, how they never get to talk to their families. They just don't have that opportunity. And this type of program, this nonprofit group has grown and grown and allowed so many service people to be able to stay connected.
Yeah, it's really amazing how they do this and how they started this. It is so nice that they can actually get people to connect to their family at home, to talk to their kids, talk to their spouses, talk to their mom and dad at the holidays.
Right. And when we talk about this before, the things are recycled, so there's an environmental component too. We know that things are recycled appropriately, so it saves the environment is one of the keys, and then the other part is that's where those pretty high minute calling cards come from.
Yeah, each calling card is $5 for 2.5 hours of talk time for them. With what we got last year, we had 175 cell phones, which means the service people overseas got to talk for over 465 hours of talk time. My math is a little off.
Well, it's pretty close. It was a lot. It was a lot. A huge difference was made just last year. And last year, I think it was like the first time you guys did it here, too.
Actually, this is last year was the second year.
Okay. So, but the same thing. So we've got boxes. We've got them at Village Hall. You've got them here at the entrance to the police department. You've got them at Public Works, and it says Cell Phones for Soldiers. And you've even got the tax receipt there, so you can grab a sheet out.
Yes, and also the tax, if you failed to grab a sheet here, you can go on their website, cellphonesforsoldiers.com, and get a receipt too from there. But any of the three facilities, we're here 24 hours a day. Village Hall's got its hours, Public Works has got its hours, whatever you're comfortable with.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is what's nice. The police station, now it's the dark brown building. There's two buildings right next to each other, but it's over by Target. The dark brown building, the entryway is open 24/7, and there's always somebody in the dispatch window to help if you're confused too about what you need to do or where you need to put them.
That's correct. There's always somebody here, and if you're not sure about what you want to put in there, if you're unsure, just put it in there. I'll go through it later and make sure everything's right.
Now, this thing runs all the time, but we always like to talk about it this time of year because this is kind of getting the time of year where new phones come out, or people get a gift over the holidays, or they get a gift because they started back to school, and that's why we kind of talk about this now. But cell phones, really, anytime you take them for the soldiers.
Oh, yeah, we take them year-round. But we are talking about it a little bit more now because everybody's getting the hot new cell phones and everything like that. They're all wanting to get rid of the old ones. You know, if you talk to some companies, if you try to trade in your phone, you may get $10 trade-in cost for it. And what is that going to really help you with? You know, maybe buy you 2 coffees, sure. Whereas it could really help somebody else, and you might even get a better discount on your taxes.
There you go. Well, you're doing good. You're doing good. Good for the environment. Doing good. Supporting our troops. Easy to do too. Just dump them in the box and off you go. Very easy. Another thing that's out there in the entryway is the Toys for Tot box. Now there's Toys for Tot boxes like all over town. There's one here at the police station, so you can use it 24/7. The Marine Reserves, though, they come by December 10th, so that's always a fast one.
Yeah, it is. Time goes by quickly. But any brand new toy, as long as it's brand new, unwrapped, it has to be unwrapped, they'll take them and they'll distribute them to the kids in one big party.
Yeah, you know what? That's what's nice too, because I don't like wrapping presents. So this is my kind of way to do it. You just, heck, you can go over to Target, buy something, come across the street, put it in the box, and you've done a good deed. So.
Yeah, toys or dolls or footballs, if you want to give them footballs, baseballs, anything.
Yeah, very good. Just new, unwrapped, and like we said, December 10th. It always comes kind of quick because then the reserve has to get around, pick everything up, and come up with their party time. So, right. But that's all over here in the entryway. If people want to know more, I know you can go on the VHPD.com. Yes. There's more information there, and you're always available, especially via email. It seems like you answer that really promptly. So.
Oh, yeah. You can email me, lpulowski@vhills.org, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Excellent. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for all you guys do over here and looking out for the community and in this charitable aspect. It makes it easy for us to do good too. So thank you for that.
Thank you, and thank you everybody for donations.
Hi, I'm Kim Christensen with the Vernon Hills Police Department. Hey, where did 2018 go? Wasn't it just yesterday we were talking about National Night Out and the law enforcement exhibition here at Hawthorne Mall? Well, right now the lots are full, the shopping centers are busy, the mall is packed, so it's time to go over some safety things that I want you to remember for this holiday season. Let's start with some parking issues. Here's our cell phone warning for this month. It may not be a roadway, but please don't use your cell phone going through the parking lot. How many times have we all seen pedestrians crossing from the lot into a store while they're talking on their cell phone or texting? Close the windows and lock your car up, even if you only be a minute. Hide small valuables, even inexpensive ones. Put larger items in the trunk. Shopping bags are a dead giveaway to a thief. And if you're parking at nighttime, park in well-lit areas. Okay, you've parked your car safely, you've locked it up safely, and you're walking into a Hawthorne Mall here or a shopping center or a restaurant. We want you to take care of your belongings, including your purse, your wallet, and the things that you purchased. Women, if you're carrying a purse, keep it close in front of you where you can see it. Cover the clasp or flap with your hand or forearm. And never carry open purses or bags. That's just an easy target for a pickpocket. Men, carry your wallet in an inside coat pocket or side pants pocket. Don't overburden yourself. It's hard to keep track of your purse and hard to react if you're loaded down with things. Now, if you're at a restaurant, especially a busy restaurant, try not to hang your purse or other belongings over the back of a chair where you might not be able to monitor it and keep an eye on it. Oftentimes, things like that will get pickpocketed. As much as humanly possible, stay alert all the time. Now, just as important as keeping your belongings safe while you're out shopping and dining, we also want you to be safe at home. We want your home belongings to be safe as well. While you're out, leave lights on or a radio so make it look and sound like someone is home. Timers are fairly inexpensive and everyone should have at least one, preferably two. Take that extra minute to make certain that the doors and windows are locked. Take an extra look at that overhead garage door. Weather and cold can sometimes affect those things, and you always want to be sure that it's closed and stayed down. Are you going away for the holidays? Whether it's a day or 2 days or a week or two, ask a friend or a relative to keep an eye on your home to make it look lived in. Finally, call the police. Request a vacation watch. In Vernon Hills, you could do it by phone, by fax, or you could do it online as well. Oh, and one more thing. Please do not tell anybody on social media that you're going on vacation. It's an exciting time. We all want to do it, but it's just not a good idea. Well, a couple of minutes ago, I mentioned that nasty S word, snow, just like on this. And while we're on that topic of snow, if you're watching this, you probably live in Vernon Hills. Vernon Hills, like most communities, has an ordinance prohibiting parking on village streets within 12 hours after a 2-inch snowfall. While this may seem as a minor inconvenience to some people, it is necessary so that the plows can do their normal, thorough job of keeping the street safe and keeping it clean without having to go back a second and third time. So please keep that in mind. We want to thank everybody at Hawthorne Mall for their assistance and cooperation in the recording of this public safety message. Well, we're at Hawthorne Mall as long as we're here. I'm a kid at heart. So what do you think, big guy? Anything you want to say?
Happy holidays. Ho, 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 ho.
On behalf of Chief Patrick Crease and everybody at the Vernon Hills Police Department, thank you for watching. We hope you have a wonderful holiday season, a safe and happy new year, and we'll see you next year.
Well, we're finally hitting that December timeline when over at Countryside Fire you're going to see the wreath out there. We're with Fireman Tony Rodkey of Countryside Fire Station. And that's that Keep the Wreath Red time. Can you explain to people what that is?
Yeah, Keep the Wreath Red is all about making sure your holiday lighting and decorations don't cause a fire. So we want to make sure we're checking out the strands of lights, the holiday lights that we might put up on your Christmas tree or on your home itself. Make sure they're not frayed. Make sure we're not daisy chaining, which means we keep connecting extension cords. Only one extension cord, and we should also use the power strips as well in case the lights draw too much power. Then the breaker of the power strip can stop the flow of electricity.
And you like us also to look for good quality lights. One of the marks of quality is a little seal people should look for.
Yeah, the UL listed lights is what we're looking for. Underwriter Laboratories, they're tested. So we're going to see a big wreath out on the fire station, and Keep the Wreath Red. All the lights on this wreath are red. If you happen to drive by and see a white light, that means that we did have a fire related to holiday decorations.
So that's what we don't want to see. We don't want to see white bulbs. We want to do things to stay safe. That's, like you said, primarily it's how you put out your lights. But another thing that happens, you see more of, is candles when we get to the holidays. Decorative displays and candles on the hearth and all kinds of things. So tell us how you feel about that.
Well, with candles, you want to make sure you're using a non-combustible base and keeping all items away from the candle at least 3 feet. And when you go out, blow them out. We don't want to be leaving candles burning unattended. That means if you go to sleep, blow the candle out. You leave the house, go to a different part of the house. The candle should be blown out, and that'll prevent a fire from starting. And I know some people need those candles burning all night long. There are flameless candles, battery-operated candles that give that flickering glow, fragrance. Use those.
And if you wait till after all the holidays, you can get them for pretty cheap. So then you're ready for the next season.
Well, the holiday's here, so we got to have them now, right, though?
Yeah, I know. But there are some good ones. I know that's your favorite kind of candle. So.
Yeah, the flameless candle is our favorite. But when you go out, blow them out. That's very important. And a non-combustible base and keeping all items away from that burning candle.
And as we talk about keeping items away from the candle, you like 3 feet of space around all kind of heat sources.
Yeah, particularly the space heaters that we pull out for supplemental heat in the house. Maybe you need something in your office or living room or the fireplace. We want to make sure our furniture is at least 3 feet away. If the kids come in from playing in the snow, let's not put those wet gloves and mittens right next to the heater because they can dry out rapidly and then catch on fire, cause a fire. So keep things away from the portable heat sources, the fireplaces, at least 3 feet.
And when you talk about, keeping everything away 3 feet, you like people to have their fireplaces and chimneys checked from time to time, especially as some of our neighborhoods, we're starting to age a little, and that's when you sometimes see something gets clogged up in there, and then you've got a fire.
Yeah, we recommend having your chimney cleaned, just like your furnace checked annually. That's every year. Because in those flues, yes, there could be wasp nests, there could be bird nests, there can be some critters that have built some nests and plugged that flow of air, or in a chimney case, smoke, and that could lead to a fire.
Okay. All these things are good things that we have to check on. As we get through the end of December, we're going to have kids home from school, looking for things to do. And I know you're always out in the school. You're teaching kids. You're showing them how to do stuff. You're helping us keep all our families safe. Do you have a couple activities kids could maybe do some checks around the house for the benefit of their families?
Absolutely. They can let mom and dad know, hey, we got to test the smoke alarms. That's a monthly activity. And that means test each smoke alarm on every level of your home. Hopefully everybody changed their batteries back at daylight savings time. And if not, it's not too late. Better late than never. And also, if you don't have a fire escape plan for your house, create one of those. Sit down with the family, have that meeting place somewhere out front so that people, once they leave the house, they should circle around to the front of the house, whether it's the mailbox, a big tree in the front yard, so that if there is an emergency, police, fire, or rescue can identify the family sooner than later. We don't want that meeting place from your fire escape plan in the backyard. We want it out front.
So that responders know who's out and where everybody is.
That's true. And then test the smoke alarm after dinner some night. Let everybody get outside, run a little fire drill. We call it Edith, exit drill in the home. And meet at your meeting place, and the kids will never forget that.
Excellent. Well, that's a lot of good things to do. And when you talk about that exit plan, I know sometimes people take a piece of graph paper, or they just draw out their house and show all the ways they can get out and practice that part of it too.
That's true. That's the whole idea of sitting down. Okay, if we're going in this room, which way we're going to go? And children out there, the students of all our schools, know we should at least have 2 ways out of every room. And we know that's not always possible, but we strive for that.
Well, it sounds like people got a lot of good things they can do this winter break to keep their families safe, and you've always got more tips online. And I know, let's remind people, before we give our happy holidays, let's remind people too, if they have a question, if they think maybe they're having a problem with their chimney or they're having a problem somewhere, what should they be doing?
When in doubt, call it out, 911. If you're asking, gosh, should I call 911 in this incident that's taken place in your house, you think it might be an emergency? If you're asking, the answer is yes, call 911.
Yeah, and you guys and your dispatch and your folks that come, you guys would rather be there than have something grow into a situation.
Absolutely. We want to de-escalate anything sooner than later.
Excellent, thank you. Well, and with that, as people go into all the holidays of December and the wintertime, thank you to everybody at Countryside Fire for all you do to keep us safe.
Oh, it's our pleasure. And on behalf of Countryside Fire District, I'd like to wish everyone out there happy holidays.
Let's go. Let's just go away. That's my favorite. Merry Christmas. Glorious sweet Christmas. I'm so excited to be here in Vernon Hills. We're like the beautiful tree in the Menorah that they've done traditionally for years here. And it's always an honor in your here, Mr. Mayor. Thanks, Santa. Thank you. The Menorah obviously is to celebrate Hanukkah for all us friends, neighbors, residents that are Jewish. And of course, we got to come to Kwanzaa. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
No, you got it. Thanks, buddy.
Why don't we start with Little Miss Vernon Hills? What's your name, honey?
My name Jayla Wasco.
Jalawasko.
Little miss, want to say anything else?
No, thank you.
Well, very polite. I have to add, very polite. All right, junior miss.
I'm Haley Kalinowski.
Yeah, I know you. You watch hockey games or football games in Cirillo's backyard?
I love football.
Oh yeah, you've grown. Okay. Miss Vernon Hills.
I am Madeline Gutierrez.
And where do you go to school?
I go to school at Illinois Wesleyan University.
That's good. Well, you're still in high school, right?
No, I'm in middle school.
Oh, okay. What are you in? 8th, 7th?
7th grade.
Okay. How about you, honey?
I'm in 2nd grade.
Okay. You guys all like school? All right. Okay. Enough said. Let's do the countdown, okay?
Okay, ready?
Girls, you can take the mic. 10, you know.
You ready? Gonna count down. You have to
Go
count
ahead.
down. Ready?
10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
Here goes.
Well, that wraps up this edition of the Vernon Hills Update. If you have comments or suggestions, please contact Mike Storto at 847-918-3560 or email mikes@vhills.org. On behalf of the Village of Vernon Hills, including President Roger Byrne, the Village Board of Trustees, and all of the village staff, happy holidays, and thank you for tuning in to the Vernon Hills Update.